Welcome to Oman.
Hi everyone, it's Shipra.
And it's Shivam, and we're back.
Welcome to Oman.
We're here for a few days to experience all the nature that Oman has to offer, as well as hopefully some of the culture and downtown of Muscat. Are you excited for this one, Shipra?
Yeah, I'm excited. I think there's a lot to see here and a lot of nice coastal areas, and after this we'll be off to Dubai and Abu Dhabi as well, so it's going to be an exciting trip.
So we've come to our first spot, which is the Bimmah Sinkhole. So this is really similar to like cenotes in Mexico. The ground collapses below and causes water, fresh water to come up from underneath the ground and form these little caverns with water that you can swim in. So there's all sorts of small fish in here. I might try and step my foot in. I think Shipra's a little scared of the flesh-eating fish. Yeah, it's quite nice. It's actually a little bit cooler down here, especially given that it's 85 here, but it feels like 90.
Yeah.
It's like pretty hot and humid. I did not expect humid in Oman because I thought it was a desert.
One interesting fact about this place is that a lot of people actually think that this crater was created as a result of an asteroid, and that is not the case. That is false.
As far as places to visit, probably might be a skip.
Yeah.
But I think it's still worth checking out. It's on the road. Like, we're headed over to a wadi after this, and it's just kind of on the road, so we figured we might as well check it out. So following a little bit of the swim at the Bimmah Sinkhole, we are now at Wadi Shab. So wadis are kind of an interesting concept here. They're basically slot canyons. So there's like a little water stream that forms, making natural pools, potentially even waterfalls inside of these slot canyons, and you're able to hike through them and basically check them out. Let's see how they compare to the last slot canyon we were last in. Zion, it's not going to be that big, but I think there's definitely a bit of a crowd here, so hopefully it'll be pretty good. So we're starting this trail to Wadi Shab. It's supposedly about 2 or 3 kilometers over to the pools, where we can hopefully take a little bit of a dip in, and hopefully Shipra can jump in as well.
Hot.
Yeah, it's definitely beating down on us a bit, but there's luckily a few trees on the way. Yeah. So Shipra, what are your first impressions here of Oman?
So I think the main city area, Muscat, which we haven't fully explored yet, but from what we can see, seems pretty developed.
Yeah.
And the hotels that like we're staying in look really nice. But as you venture out like into some of these areas like the Wadi or even like Bima Sinkhole, you start to notice that things are really sparsely populated. So we just finished up the Wadi Shab hike, and I think it was well worth it. But it was a lot of fun. A little strenuous in the heat, but on the way back it cooled down, so it was really nice. What did you think, Shivam?
Yeah, I think the hike was definitely a little bit slippery. So I'd say like what would be important is probably some like grippy shoes.
Yeah.
Definitely closed-toed because there's a lot of rocks. But I will say like that was such a nice place to visit. Like what's interesting I find about Oman so far is that like all these places we've been to today have been rated as like you must go to these places, top 10 places to see in Oman. And there just wasn't that much of a crowd. It was like the same level of crowd you'd expected, just like a random park. And now we're heading back to Muscat.
We're on the hunt to find some good Indian food, which we've heard there's a lot of good Indian restaurants here. So let's see if we find something.
After about a 2-hour drive from the Wadi, we've come back to Muscat and we've come to the Alm Mouj area. So this is a marina area that has many different restaurants and many different hotels here as well. It's all brand new like housing complex, and they developed this entire area around it.
It feels really upscale, but like it's still really quiet. So it was really peaceful walking around, and it seems like people come here to just walk around, grab some coffee, eat dinner, and it was really nice.
Yeah, and I think what's so amazing is like it's just so clean here. Everything is so clean, and then on top of that, even when there's people out, they're so quiet. Yeah. It's like just like a very respectful culture, I guess.
Yeah. So our first night in Muscat, we're staying at the Avani Hotel. Let me show you around. It's quite a nice room. Got a TV here. Surprisingly, have a PS5. Maybe Shivam will play that. We've got a coffee bar and a dining table. That's not, and like a nice dining table. And then there's a separate bedroom, bed, TV, and then here's the bathroom. The bathroom was like a lot more than what I expected. Having 2 sinks, and then there's like a nice area for you to hang your clothes. It's actually a his and hers closet. There's 2 separate areas to keep clothes, which is awesome. And then the best part, the standing tub.
Wow. You finally got your wish.
Yeah, and then we got a shower in here. Yeah. Nothing special about the shower.
Well, there's a rainfall to it.
Yes.
Good morning and welcome to the Daymaniyat Islands. Today we have come on a snorkeling expedition of sorts.
Yeah.
Even though Shipra does not know how to swim, but she's struggling through. Right?
I'm not struggling. I got a life jacket, so it's actually not that bad.
Anyways, we woke up early, came to the port from our hotel, and took a boat about 30 minutes out to these islands. So these islands are off the coast of Oman, outside of Muscat. And there's about 4 or 5 different islands here. And we've come to one of the main ones that has a lot of turtles supposedly around the area. So we were spending about an hour here, and we're actually came over to the beach now, which is pristine. What do you think of this place?
I have never seen water this blue in my life. Actually.
Yeah.
It's really, like, I feel like a lot of places on Instagram, you see the water looks blue, and then you get there and it's actually not that blue. But here I can confirm Instagram equals reality.
The water is crystal here. So we were trying to see if we could see some dolphins or whale sharks on the way. Unfortunately, we didn't see any of that. But we have been snorkeling a little bit, and this water is definitely teeming with some sea life. Although I will say it is extremely salty.
Yeah, really salty. I got it in my eye and like my eye was burning.
You taste stays in your mouth.
Yeah.
But regardless, the weather is absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
The water is absolutely clear. Let's get out there and see if we can spot some stuff. So we just got back from the Daymaniyat Islands and we're tired.
That was definitely one of the most amazing experiences I've had in the ocean. The whole place is totally underrated. Like, there weren't even that many people there, which is really surprising because, like, when you think about the US, if there's any, like, cool picturesque place, it's always completely packed or you have to, like, make a reservation months out to go there. And this place was just so chill. And the water was unreal, actually unreal, because I've been to we've been to like Hawaii and Aruba, and the water's nice there, but it's not this color.
And I think definitely the highlight has got to be that time we saw 40 turtles basically just swarming in one spot, just looking for food. That was amazing.
Pretty cool.
And I had this one part where the turtle came swimming under me, which was so awesome. Turtles are like one of my favorite animals, so it was just so much fun.
They were so cute.
On the way back, the person operating the boat actually started going a lot faster and hitting the waves. So it was kind of like a roller coaster ride on the way back.
We were just like bouncing up and down. And we were getting like completely splashed with the water. I was soaking, dripping wet by the end.
Yeah, but it was like a lot of fun.
It was fun
still.
though. Yeah.
I think that was definitely like one of the best kind of travel experience type things that I've done so far. I've actually never been snorkeling before, so that was my first time as well.
Yeah.
So it was
first time swimming.
Yeah. It was cool seeing the corals, all the multicolored fish, and then definitely the turtles.
It was awesome.
Yeah. So now we're going to try and plan out what we're going to do next. I'm thinking that we're going to go drive down towards the rest of Muscat area, towards the Mutrah Souk, as well as the Royal Opera House. Hopefully it should be able to give us good views as well as good food. And we can find something nice for Shipra to drink, some Omani coffee, as well as maybe some Arabian treats of some sort. So let's start heading out.
We've made it to the Royal Opera House in Muscat. It's actually one of the most recognizable things you'll see in Muscat. And it was actually built by the Sultan in 2001 because of his appreciation for music. If we came in a different time, maybe there might have been some other cool show that was playing here. Unfortunately, we're just here to check out the exterior today. So we just got back for the night, and it was actually pretty eventful in a sense. We ended up leaving the Corniche and heading to a coffee shop called Levels. The whole appeal of Levels is you have the first level that's the main store, but then you go up to the top and it's more of a rooftop coffee bar in a sense. And the coffee was really good, and we had like this really nice brownie dessert. Fudge brownie with ice cream. It was delicious, but it was a total calorie overload. Yeah, we had an interesting experience there. Like, usually we felt, at least up until now, that most Omani people either speak some level of Hindi or speaking English. English, yeah. Or obviously Arabic. We had a really difficult time communicating with them, and they like kept coming to our table and like asking us what we wanted, and we were like literally pointing to what we wanted on the menu, and they still couldn't, like Shivam just wanted a hot chocolate, and they were so confused, and they brought him a salted caramel latte. And he doesn't drink coffee, and like trying to communicate that to him was such a disaster. So regardless, after that, we ended up heading to a Indian restaurant here that my friend Arjav, who grew up here in Oman, recommended, called Qamat. Yeah, I will say I haven't been like thoroughly impressed by the Indian food here. Like it kind of feels like it lacks flavor, or the flavor profile isn't exactly what you would get in India. And I think that might have something to do with the fact that there aren't actually a lot of Indians here. I think most of the people that work here are actually from Pakistan or Bangladesh. And as a result of that, I think the spices that they use and the flavors are actually a little bit different. Yeah.
Anyways, after that, we went to what I would call, or what you called, Shipra, a casino.
It felt like a casino. We were just trying to get to a Carrefour, which is like a large kind of grocery supermarket here. And it's right next to our hotel. So we were like, this is so convenient. We walk in and we realize this is like a massive mall, and there was like hardly anybody in there. And we just kept going in circles and couldn't figure out where this Carrefour was. Eventually, we finally found it after walking for like 20 minutes. But luckily, we found what we needed, and now we're finally back, and now we want to do some Black Friday shopping.
Anyways, we'll see you in the morning.
Good morning. So today is our last full day in Oman, and our first stop here is the Sultan Qaboos Mosque. This mosque is the largest mosque in Oman and was built in 1992. Some interesting facts about this mosque: was built out of 300,000 tons of imported Indian sandstone, which is a pretty wild number if you think about it. This mosque used to have the largest carpet and the largest chandelier in the world. Recently it was beat out by the Sheikh Zayed Mosque, which is in Abu Dhabi, which now has the largest chandelier and the largest carpet. We're going to be heading there soon as well when we go to Abu Dhabi. But let's go check out the mosque.
So no photo or video is really going to do this place the justice it deserves. The chandelier, when in person, feels just so enormous that it almost feels like it could fall down at any moment and crush you, which is a little bit scary, but it's really beautiful to see. And I really like this area because there's such intricate design in the walls as well.
Even the woodwork on the doors is actually really intricate. It seems like they've spent a ton of time on that.
And playing off of the theme we were saying yesterday, like this is feeling like India except newer and cleaner. Like this really makes you feel like you're in one of those Indian castles or something that was built a long time ago. Yeah, Taj Mahal. You feel like you're there, except you were at the time at which it was built in India.
Yeah.
So it's just a really cool feeling to have. And honestly, like Oman is really blowing us away, I think. Yeah. I think this is just a place to see, a place to visit. You have to come here.
If you only get a few hours in Oman, which I don't know what type of situation that would be, but if somehow you happen to be here, I would highly recommend this place. This is probably my favorite part of this entire trip.
Yeah, the Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque.
Yeah.
Different level.
Definitely worth a visit.
So after the Sultan Qaboos Mosque, we've driven a little bit ways back into Old Town of Muscat, and we've come to the Alm Marina Fort. So this fort was actually built way back before even the Portuguese invasion in the 1500s of Oman. And it was actually rebuilt in 1587 by the Portuguese and is the first fort in Oman to ever use cannons. So right behind the Al Marani Fort is actually the Al Alam Palace, which is one of the 6 residences of one of the previous sultans. It has a history of about 200 years, and it was built under the attention of Sultan bin Ahmed. It's actually a beautiful palace, as you can see back here, and right now it's actually closed off to visitors on the inside, but it's often used to host various different international politicians when they come to visit Oman. So we listened to a podcast a while back about Oman, and I think they asked the guest, if you had to choose one thing about Oman, what would you say? And all they said was forts, and now you can tell why, because we're here at one fort in front of us, and there's one fort here, there's another fort here, there's another fort over there. We're at 4 forts within the span of probably 1, maybe 2 miles. It's definitely a fort country. So we've just come to the waterfront area in Muscat, and we came to the Maddo restaurant. Here we've got a meze platter with some hummus, haydari, I think this is mazara, and then baba ganoush and some bread, and then we've got a nice refreshing mint lemonade. This area has lots of other restaurants. It's kind of like a little shopping mall area with just a lot of cafes and places to eat, and it also has a really nice waterfront, so we're actually sitting right next to the water. We just checked into our next hotel today, which is the Shangri-La. This is in an area called Al Jissah, which is near Muscat. So just a quick room tour. We've got a sea view room, got a bed here, and then this is the bathroom. Pretty standard bathroom, shower, tub, and vanity. And the best part of this room is that I think we got upgraded to a sea view, which is really nice.
You can check it out here. So this resort is really nice because there's a few different resorts here and they all have shared amenities. So we're staying in the Al Maha resort and they're bringing our luggage here soon, but once they bring our luggage, we're going to change into our bathing suits and go check out the pools. There's actually a lazy river here, which I'm really excited to try. And then we'll go check out the pool, and there's also a private beach here, so I'm looking forward to spending some time there.
So we're only here for one day, and we are on a blitz to check out all of the different things that this resort has to offer. The first thing of which is right here, which is actually the lazy river that we're going to go on. Shipra hasn't been on a lazy river in many years.
That's what I'm most excited about.
Yeah, it should be really fun. And there's lots of nice pools over here as well. It's a really well-maintained area. And the beach actually is looking really nice.
I'm really excited.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I'm excited too. So we've just wrapped up our last night here in Oman. And we just finished up dinner after going to the pool. The pool was a lot of fun, actually. I think I really enjoyed the outdoor activities here. We thought this was the best resort we've been to so far because I feel like it's just a different vibe here in the sense that like it's just so quiet. I think it took a turn at dinner, right? So we booked the half board package here at the Shangri-La, which gives us dinner included at a buffet as well as a buffet breakfast. The buffet breakfast is yet to be seen. We'll see that tomorrow morning before heading to the airport to go to Abu Dhabi. But we did just try the dinner and...
Yeah, the dinner was really unimpressive. And it was all just like not very good tasting food.
And the problem is like this place is so far out from like the rest of Muscat.
I think if you eat meat, you'll have a really great time here. And I think we said that about Turkey as well. Most Middle Eastern countries have a higher emphasis on meat. We don't eat meat, so that's obviously, it's a negative for us, but it might not be a negative for everyone, especially if you do eat meat. If you do eat meat, you might actually enjoy yourselves quite a bit here, so maybe it would be nice. So with that, we're gonna wrap this video up. It's been a really fun time in Oman. We're pretty tired today, so we're gonna try to get to bed early, and then tomorrow morning, we're gonna be heading over to the airport and flying to Abu Dhabi for the UAE portion of our trip.
So we hope you enjoyed this video and got a good look at Oman. And we'll see you in the next one.